Hi everyone, my name is Josephine Hong. I'm a director in the corporate advisory in BDO Singapore, and I'm very excited to speak to you today. As we're all busy staying vigilant in the fight against COVID-19, we at BDO Corporate Advisory is also busy helping companies in the fight against disruption and against the pandemic impact. With tools like COVID stress testing, we can help you get from your as-is position to your desired goal by helping you to reorganize and reposition. We need to get you into the right shape, develop the right muscles so that you are ready to rebuild and grow. For tomorrow belongs to those who prepare today. This video is going to be part of a 2-video series sharing with you about managing disruption impact and repositioning for growth. I will start off with talking about cushioning disruption impact and repositioning the business. Secondly, the need to rearrange cash flows to steady the ship. Next, to streamline processes for more cost-effective, robust operations. And I'll finally wrap up with a conclusion. What do we do in market downturns like this? Most companies start by addressing cash flow needs to see if they can survive in the next 1 to 3 months. But it is also important to look beyond that. In addition to rearranging cash flows, we need to look at opportunities to revamp our operations to make sure we have the ingredients to align strategy for our business units. This process in a nutshell is called corporate reorganization. Let me take you to the first element, cash flows. A lot of you would have done some quick fixes in these 5 areas by now, talking to your suppliers or talking to your bankers. And even as we speak, the government has been giving out subsidies and the banks have been moving in tandem. But you may have this problem by telling me that, Josephine, I can see the impact of these cash flows for these areas individually, but how do I see the impact to the cash flows when I look at all these areas collectively? So this is where we come in by putting in all this together using a stress testing formula. We have developed a tool for you. By gathering information from your discussions with the various stakeholders, we can then put them into the financial model. We can perform scenario planning and churn options for your discussions. This is an example of how the financial model will look like. It contains 3 key information: your performance indicators, scenario analysis, and most importantly, output for action. By changing the parameters, we can see what the individual cash flow impact will be, as well as the combined cash flow impact. Most of our clients find it useful when we do live scenario testing with their bankers. When questions are raised, we can develop the numbers on the spot. Assuming we do all we can for cash flows, is that it, or can we do more? The answer is yes. We can look at opportunities to streamline your processes by changing the way you run the business and spend money. In front of you is the retail sales inventory management process. This is a typical 7-step process. In identifying opportunities to streamline, for example, can we cut down any step? Because every step is cost and time to you. Maybe we can combine steps 2, 3, and 4 by receiving the goods straight at the outlets instead of the warehouse. Some of you may also turn to low-cost apps to help manage your inventory. These cost savings can then be input into the financial model again to see how the overall cash flows have been enhanced through this simple process revamp. This is a long journey. We start by understanding what you are now, identify opportunities for change, and bring you to a desired goal. Today, we have covered looking at rearranging your cash flows, looking at ways to revamp your operations using specialized toolkits. In the next video, we will share a case study with you to illustrate how we have helped one client of ours to reshape, revamp, and reposition for regional growth. Disruptions are painful, but they can propel you to greater heights if the changes are done in an orderly way. This is a long journey, but always begin with the end in mind so that the steps we take are always in the right direction. With this, I end the first of this series. Feel free to connect with me via LinkedIn, my email address, or my direct line. Once again, this is Josephine Hong from Corporate Advisory of BDO Singapore. See you again.